previously. He'll be back.
Adjust yourself up to the microphone. Speak loud enough that that last lady on the road can hear you. Okay? You don't have to talk directly into the mic.
Yes, Your Honor.
While they're hooking that up, do you understand that you're now under oath? Your answers, these sworn answers under penalty of perjury.
Yes, Your Honor.
May I please court?
Yes, sir.
Would you please state your name for the record?
Tony Shaq,
And Tony, where do you work at currently?
Rankin County Sheriff's Department.
And what do you do for Rankin County?
I do interdiction, criminal interdiction.
And I want you to go back to, I think it's the 19th of March of this year. You participated in a case concerning Carly. Do you remember that?
I do.
What was your participation in that?
So I drove out there to assist. I came from the interstate. Whenever the call came out, I didn't know the full details of it, but I knew what we were doing. I came out there to assist look for her. When I came to look for her, I came on Farmington Boulevard out there. I think it was around 5 o'clock traffic, 5:30. I can't remember the exact time. When I was coming down Farmington Boulevard, there was traffic in front of me, traffic behind me, because it's a big neighborhood. I looked to my right. I saw her standing there, a female. That's what I knew we were looking for. I immediately put the car in park. I hopped out. I said, "Are you involved in this incident that happened in this neighborhood?" She goes, "Yes, sir, I am. Is my stepdad okay?" And I said, "I can't talk to you about that." I put her in handcuffs, put her in my car, and we began to go to the scene.
Yes, and so you were informed to take her back to the scene. Is that correct?
I was informed different things on the way to the scene. Yes, I was informed to take her to the scene. I was informed to take her to the office. I was informed to take her to the scene. So I kind of did a merry-go-round in Farmington for a minute around a median. Finally, I did go to the scene. Yes.
And so finally, evidently, you were told to bring her to the scene.
Yes, that's correct.
Okay. And so then once you got her to the scene, I know you had some conversations with different officers and everything.
I did.
Okay, and you've seen your video from that night?
Yes.
Or from that day, and you remember it?
Yes.
Okay.
Well, yeah. I mean, not just dead specific, but yes, I remember.
Okay. At some time, you turn your body cam off. Do you remember?
I muted it. Yes.
You muted it.
That's correct.
Okay. And you muted it because you didn't want what was being talked about heard, correct?
Right, about a personnel issue. Yeah, I didn't want to just start talking about an issue there it was about having to go back and forth coming around to the scene.
Okay. You're in the let me just understand correct.
Okay.
Okay. You have a policy and procedure with the Rankin County Sheriff Department.
That's correct.
And it says you're not supposed to mute it and you're not supposed to turn it off, correct?
That's correct.
And you're in the middle of an investigation.
That's correct.
And you're the person that has custody and control of the suspect at this point.
Objection, Your Honor.
leading. Sustained is the leading.
Who had custody and control when you turned your body cam off?
She was in my vehicle, but she had other investigators that were then assisting.
Okay.
Yeah, I was out of the car. She was just still in there.
And I think, is there any time that you can ever turn or mute when you're on, I guess, still performing your duty on a case?
Well, during this particular situation, I was talking about something that was not involved in the case. I was talking about a personnel issue, so that's why I did it.
Okay, so you intentionally violated your policy.
Objection, Your Honor.
On what basis?
Leading.
Sustained is the leading.
what is the policy on the Rankin County Sheriff's Department's use of body cams?
Yeah, I mean, the policy is that you're to, whenever you are actively communicating with the public or with the suspect or what have you, that you remain with the body camera on.
Would you want to review it just to make sure you understand? Is it, because I'm confused, is it just when you're communicating, or are you supposed to have it on all the time while the case is going on?
Well, you're supposed to carry it on all times while the case is going on, but at the time I was talking about something different, so yeah, I muted it.
Okay.
Yeah.
So it wouldn't have been exculpatory evidence or something like that that's the reason why you muted?
No.
Okay. Now, she talked to you, I think, at some point about asking to see her mother. Is that correct?
Asking to see her mother?
Yes, she asked to see her mother.
I don't recall that.
Okay. Didn't you have a report and you put in your report?
I don't recall that. I don't recall saying.
You didn't know what to tell her exactly?
Well, yeah, it wasn't I didn't know the details of the case to tell her anything.
Mm-hmm. And so, but she was asking at that point, okay, she was asking to see her mother, correct?
No, she never asked about her mother. She only asked about how her stepdad was.
Mm-hmm. And so there was never any time where she asked about her mother?
I don't recall that.
Okay. May I beg the court's indulgence?
Yes.
Your Honor, at this time we would ask that we be allowed to publish his or play the video, his body cam video. Yes, Your Honor, we have a copy of the video of this officer that we would ask to enter into evidence at this time.
Your Honor, may we approach? Yes. Officer Shaq, we're in recess. You're not to discuss your testimony with anybody. If you need to use the restroom, let one of the bailiffs know. They'll take you out. All right. What's before the court is a request to move a body cam video into evidence. Is that correct? The state's only objection is you haven't seen the physical media that's being introduced into evidence. Is that correct?
That's correct, Your Honor.
There's no other, if it is in fact the body cam of Tony Shaq, you have no other objections. Is that correct?
That's correct.
All right, get the body cam. I'm going to instruct the defense. You got a few minutes to get the body cam video onto a physical media that can be entered into evidence. The problem with a thumb drive is, unless you have a clean computer that you're going to provide at your cost to the state, it's got to be able to play on that thing right there. That's all we have for the jury to take back. So, y'all take 10 minutes. We'll be in recess. All right, I spoke briefly with counsel off the record. I want to get this on the record, though. As I understand it, body cam videos are typically produced in a proprietary format so that, frankly, nobody can change them in any manner. That's the purpose of the proprietary format. I understand that the defendant does not have a copy of the video to put into evidence, correct?
That is correct.
So you have asked the state to have their person go. The only way to do this is to screenshot the actual video with a particular piece of software, and it is quite a lengthy process. So what I told the defense is that the state has agreed to do that, correct?
Yes, sir.
All right. I don't want to waste the jury's time. So what I've proposed is that the defense excuse this witness subject to recall. Is there any objection to that procedure by the defense?
No, Your Honor.
By the state?
No, sir.
All right, Deputy Shaq, this is what I'm going to do. I'm going to excuse you, but you're still under oath. You're not to talk about this with anybody.
Yes, Your
The DA's office will be allowed to show you the video that has been copied in your original video so you can compare them for authentication purposes, okay? But otherwise, there should be no discussion about the case.
Yes, Your Honor.
Any objections by the defense?
No, Your Honor.
By the state?
No, sir.
All right, I'm going to bring the jury in. The defense will excuse Deputy Shaq subject to recall, and then we'll call the next witness, okay? Bring him in. Does the defense have an announcement as to this witness?
Yes, Your Honor. At this time, we would excuse our witness subject to recall.
All right. Deputy Shaq, you're going to be excused, subject to recall. That means you will be called back most likely.
Yes, sir.
You're not to discuss this testimony with anyone at this time. You understand that?
Yes, Your Honor.
All right. Stand down. Please exit the courtroom. While he's exiting the courtroom, the defense may call its next witness.
Your Honor, the defense will call Dr. Andrew Clark.
Dr. Andrew Clark.
Your Honor, may we approach?
Yes, ma'am.
Your Honor, may we approach?
Yes, ma'am. Go have a seat. The record will reflect we're outside the presence of the jury. At the bench, we had a discussion about some medical records. I'm going to say this for both sides. I'm not taking another break. If you want something in evidence, you better have a complete copy of it. Go on ahead and show it to the other side. These people are getting paid $25 a day, and they are away from their jobs. They didn't ask for this job, and they didn't want this job. I forced them into it. I'm tired of wasting their time. You have 20 minutes. I left the courtroom at 10:06, gave y'all 20 minutes. It's actually now 10:44. Do you have copies of the medical records that you need at this time, Mr. Camp?
Yes, Your Honor.
Has the state had an opportunity to view the medical records in their entirety?
The medical records, yes, Your Honor.
All right.
And there's one set of records from the school district as well.
All right. Are the parties agreeing by stipulation to the admissibility of the records?
Of the medical records and the school records, yes, sir, Your Honor.
All right. Are there any more exhibits that may be needed by either side during this witness that we don't have by the state?
Your Honor, I believe that they're going to talk about journal entries and sketchbooks, and they did not have a copy of those, so that's what I was trying to make copies of upstairs.
Okay. Which journal entries? Are you objecting to the use of journal entries?
No, sir.
We do have a copy of the journal.
Right. Did you ever turn it over to the state?
The state actually turned it over to us.
Okay. So are we ready to go by the state?
Yes, sir.
That's the only thing that he's relying on.
By the defense?
Well, I think there was a page of the sketchbook, and I think that's what Catherine's putting on now.
Yeah, so I told her that we would not agree to stipulate to just certain pages. If it was coming in, it was all coming in, and so we were trying to print the documents upstairs.
Do we have the documents?
Yes.
Okay. Is there another witness that we can take up at this time, rather than leaving the jury out while everybody gets their paperwork together?
Your Honor, Mr. Livingston, just for the court's, I'm not obviously calling anybody, but for the court's knowledge, Mr. Livingston just messaged me a couple minutes ago, said that he's almost finished allowing Deputy Shaq to review the body cam footage. So I think Deputy Shaq should be ready to be recalled.
That's still a few minutes away. Deputy Shaq has to watch the body cam video. Does the defense have another witness it can call while the paperwork is being gathered?
No, Your Honor.
You have no other witnesses other than Dr. Andrew Clark.
Dr. Andrew Clark and Deputy Shaq, Your Honor.
That's all you have left.
Yes, Your Honor.
All right. The state is correct insofar as there are portions, if there is a journal, the state is invoking the rule of completeness. So I can't put the doctor on the witness stand until I have a complete set of what's going into evidence. How much longer will it take? I take it the state printed out the medical records for the defense.
Sure, they had some, we printed out the rest of them. We have a complete copy now to introduce.
Can we at least try to do the medical records and hold the, do you have any idea how long it'll take for all the journals to be printed? Does the defense have all the journals?
The defense has a complete copy of a journal. It's just a sketchbook.
Do you have a complete copy of the sketchbook?
No, Your Honor.
Your Honor, Deputy Shaq is on his way down now. He has reviewed the video. They can call him if they wish to. That's Mr. Livingston right there.
And Judge, for the record, I did leave, one of the ladies in my office just agreed to keep printing those, and they're gonna bring down a copy, 2 copies.
All right. Give the defense the disc.
Your Honor.
Y'all get over here and make sure the TV works before I bring the jury back in and have to send them back out. I tell you what, while the jury's out, if you have any exhibits that you intend on showing with Dr. Clark, go ahead and give them to the state so they can be looking through those.
They have, Your Honor.
You have the ones that you actually want to offer into evidence, correct?
Yes, Your Honor. There and look at it with the journal. And we've agreed to stipulate to both doctors' CDs.
Your Honor, would you like for me to get our investigator to get Mr. Shaq in?
Pull Mr. Shaq outside the courtroom for just a moment. If he would, if an investigator can get him posted up, though, that would be helpful. Just post him up outside the door. All right, Mr. Livingston, if you wouldn't mind, take the exhibit, put it in there, and let's just make sure it plays before we bring in the jury. Is the state satisfied with the exhibit?
Yes, sir, Your Honor.
Is the defense satisfied with the exhibit?
We are now.
All right, pause it, take it out. But leave the equipment up, please. All right, do you wish to recall Tony Shaq at this time?
I do, Your Honor.
All right. Mr. Bailey, can you find out if the jurors are ready?
Yes, sir.
While the jury's out for the attorneys, there's a judgment debtor exam going on in Judge Morrow's courtroom, so that's closed. Okay. All right, bring him in. All right, you may call your next witness.
Yes, Your Honor. We would recall Tony Shaq.
All right, Tony Shaq, please. Let's re-swear.
You swear or affirm to tell the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth, so help you God.
I do.
Have a seat.
Yes, Your Honor.
You understand that you're still under oath and your answers are sworn answers under penalty of perjury?
Yes, Your Honor.
All right. I allowed you to step down for a minute. Did you discuss your testimony with anyone?
No, Your Honor.
All right, you may proceed.
Tony, I think you went upstairs and reviewed the video, and we made a copy of the video. Is that correct?
Yes.
And so, may I approach the witness? This is the video that you...
That's correct.
Okay. Your Honor, at this time, we would ask that this be admitted as defense exhibit. I think it's 4.
7.
7, I'm sorry.
Any objection as to D7 all purposes by the state?
No, sir. Your Honor.
All right. If you would, please bring it up and let's mark it D7. If you bring it to the court reporter, we admit D7 all purposes.
Your Honor, we would like to publish this to the jury at this time.
Yes, sir. Mr. Levingston, would you assist him?
Where's that? Okay, up here, take a right. Huh? 24.
Stop sign, turn right onto Ashton Way. Then the destination is on your right.
Show me 10 we're showing.
Can you just leave north of the sign?
Right, 99 this way, so I don't pour anything along for this way. Feeling out, so show me how this thing, what's this thing about?
The destination is on your right. 214 extra way.
Where'd I need to pull that?
Get him a bit handed out.
Well, that's because they got me going around the merry-go-round. Okay.
What are you pushing?
She was coming out of the area here on Farmington Boulevard.
We just drove through that.
She's back here. She's soaking wet.
Yeah, we just
Did you jump in the water?
Okay.
So if any more than not, she'll get you pass more than you do. Good. How about work the normal area? All right.
What I heard.
Yeah, I know, and now I got a big mess going on. Hold on one second. Yeah, I do. Well, what y'all want me to do with her? Hey, don't open that door. Oh, I thought you were.
Let them get everything else.
They're telling me take her to investigations and back here, investigation, back here.
But Tyler wanted to make sure we talk to the judge first to see where she's gonna go. JDC or here for her. I mean, to us.
Y'all ain't never done one? Okay. No, they're labeled. Yeah, open up the one right there. It should have all of them labeled right there. You go have to go the other way. Yeah, you got to go the other way. I'm gonna pull right there. Pull right there. Let me back up. Pull right there.
Remember this? Sure.
Oh, hey, without being loud, there's one dude. He's in there, she does. She's asking like how everybody's feeling and what this. She's like, I didn't mean to. Yeah, dude. All right, so get these. So look, come here. All right. So that's gonna be for your that's gonna be right hand. All right. Left hand. All right. Nocturnal. Look, I'm gonna show you right there. All right. You're gonna do on the right hand. You're gonna do the palm. Okay. I'm just showing you in the back of the hand. Okay. Mm-hmm. All right. Then whenever you get through, you're gonna turn it in. All right. All right. You're gonna open it, turn it back in. All right. When you turn it back in, then when you get ready to do this, and it's right there. Close this and put that over it. Okay. Yes, sir. Hey, you doing?
Just back him back.
Okay.
I agree.
All right. Yeah, let me get it. I got a cuff on her. I got her handcuffed. All right, sweetie. Look. Let me step out real quick for me. All right. Hey, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to move over around to the front of you, okay? I'm going to move the handcuffs around to the front of you. Okay. All right. All right, so what we're going to do here is we're going to swab your hands, okay? Right. Now, I'll ask you a bunch of questions, but obviously you fired with a pistol, correct? Okay.
All right, look. I need you to hold your hand out like this. I'm going to do your right hand first, okay? That's your right hand. Keep it right like that.
Swab up here.
What is this?
It's a GSR. It shows which hand did you shoot with?
Okay.
Which hand did you shoot with?
I'm going to go up.
Flop the hand, turn the hand over.
Turn it over.
Rub on the outside part around the knuckles.
Where do you want his phone? I guess you can put it in my vehicle with my key. The key fob is in my left pocket.
All right, now, so go ahead and do it. All right.
Is my stepdad okay?
I don't know, baby. I can't talk to you about this.
Here, I'm just...
Are you okay?
Yeah, I'm fine.
Oh, please now. What?
This is his phone. Can you take her up to the office on the interviewer?
Yeah.
And then afterwards, I guess, I don't know if you want to hang out or whatever, but Judge wants you to stay at JDC tonight. They've informed her what's going on. And then she'll be brought over to jail in the morning after she sees the judge.
She has no idea what she don't even know about her mom. Yeah, I know. She's like, it's my stepdad, okay?
May we pause it?
Yes.
Okay, we paused it, but the camera had stopped. Why did the camera stop it?
Right, the camera's not stopped. It's muted.
Okay.
It's muted. Yeah. The actual camera, in order to mute it, the button's right here, so it covers the lens, but it's still active. It's just not. It's muted.
Okay. And correct me if I'm wrong. Beforehand, when I asked you the question of why you had muted it,
Correct.
my understanding was you said it was a personnel issue.
Right.
Now, we're muted on the video right now.
Correct.
Right before you muted,
Right.
you're talking about Carly doesn't know her mother's dead.
Objection, Your Honor.
Overruled. Sustained is deleting, but rephrase your question.
Yes. You saw what you said, remember?
Right. Yes.
What were you talking about? Right
then, what I was talking about was she never inquired about her mother. I mean, that's why I was saying that, she only asked about her stepdad. Hence, even when she got out of the car, she asked, how's my stepdad? It was never she never said, is my mom okay? Or anything like that. I assumed that she didn't even know about her mom. And I didn't know the full details of the case whenever I got there.
Okay. So why was it that when I asked you before, you told the jury it was a personnel issue?
Right. Well, whenever it was paused is whenever I began talking about the issue with driving around in a circle out there, coming back and forth. That's why whenever you replay it here, you'll see another deputy going like this. That's because I was talking about that issue.
Now, may I approach, Your Honor?
Yes, sir. You intend to keep asking about the video?
Yeah, just a few more questions.
Okay.
I'm going to show you a document, and you said you're aware. Are you aware of the policies and procedures of the Sheriff's Department?
I am.
Okay. Let me let you have this.
Okay.
This is a copy for you.
All right.
And there's a yellow piece of paper, and I believe that's the, it's going to be the first page on, it's dealing with it's a policy and procedures of body cams.
I'm familiar.
Okay. Now I want you to turn, it says, and it's actually at the bottom of page, it says page 1 of 4. Would you agree with me on that?
Yes.
And so you have a number 1, it says procedures. And it says when and how to use the BWC.
That's correct.
What is the BWC?
Body worn camera.
Okay. And so what's number 1?
Deputies shall not keep body worn cameras activated during their entire shift.
Right. And I got to correct myself. I said number 1. I said it's A. And so that would be A, correct?
Okay, A.
And then B is what?
Deputies shall activate the body-worn camera to record all law enforcement activities in contact with citizens in the performance of official duty, including but not limited to traffic stops, deputy-initiated stops of members of the public, arrest. You may keep going.
Yes, it'll be, and you're going to turn to page 2 of
Searches,
4.
interviews and interrogations, warrant service, pursuits, and any other contact with a member of the public that a deputy reasonably believes that may become adversarial.
Now, what's number C say?
I'm sorry. The body-worn camera shall remain activated until the event is completed in order to ensure the integrity of the recording.
Now, in this situation, did that occur?
At this situation, I was talking about something different. I was not actively involved in talking to her.
Okay, it says while the event.
Right. Okay.
Okay, so you didn't turn your camera off, correct? So C actually would be correct?
Right. I could have turned it off, I guess, instead of muting it.
Okay, so now read D.
Deputies shall not initiate the mute selection any time during the body-worn camera is activated for recording.
Okay. Now, did you do that?
No, I guess my better option would have been to cut it off.
Okay. Now, what do you do if you fail to, abide by these rules? Is there a procedure?
Sure. I'm assuming there is a procedure at that point. I'm sure there's a verbal warning. I'm sure there's things such as that.
Well, let's skip down to number H.
Okay.
What does number H say?
If a deputy fails to activate the body-worn camera in situations where recording is required by the Sheriff's Department policy, fails to record entire contact that interrupts the recording, the deputy shall document why a recording was not made and was interrupted or was terminated.
Now, you did a report in this matter, didn't you?
I don't recall the report. Do you have it?
May I approach the witness?
Yes, sir.
Is this a copy of your report?
Yes. Yeah, it was brief. I'm sorry.
Okay. And I'm taking this was done at some time when you got back to the station or something.
Right. Well, date entered. What was this? When did this happen? The 19th? Yeah. So a day later. Yes.
Okay. Your policy says that you're supposed to make an entry if your body camera is ever interrupted, correct?
That's correct.
Okay. Show us in your report where you did that.
Yeah, it's not there.
Okay. Your Honor, we'd ask that his report be entered into evidence at this time.
Any objection?
No, sir.
All right, be admitted D8, all purposes.
And we would also
Hang on just a second.
I'm sorry.
Let's get it marked in first, please.
Oh, I hope it. All righty.
Yes, sir.
And Your Honor, we would also ask that the policy and procedure manual be entered into evidence that he's testified from.
Any objection?
Your Honor, we have no objection to the body-worn camera portion of the policy and procedure being entered, but I think what Mr. Kemp has is an entire thing, and I think it would be irrelevant and confusing for him.
Your Honor, I can take those we can have just those.
Y'all come modify it and look at it. If you would, please hand that to the bailiff. Y'all walk over there.
No objection to that from the state, Your Honor.
And Your Honor, what we did was for the record, we modified it so it's now a 5-page document. It starts out with just the policy and procedure manual is the first page, and then it goes to the actual policy for the body cam, which is the next 4 pages. And it's listed as page number 1 through 4.
Any objection to that by the state?
No, sir, Your Honor.
Be admitted without objection, D9. Does either side feel the need to introduce the rest for ID?
Not of the manual, Your Honor.
No, Your Honor.
Just marked. All right, you may proceed.
And Your Honor, I can't remember, did we introduce the video, and is that already in evidence? I think it has to be.
D7? Yes.
No further questions of this witness, Your Honor.
Your Honor, before Mr. Camp sits down, in the interest of completion, I would ask that the entire video be played if he's going to play a portion of that.
That's fine, Your Honor.
All right, under the rule of completeness, if a party plays one part of a statement, the other party can demand that any other part of it that ought to be showed to the jury and fairness be showed. At this time, you can present. Do you want it from the beginning, or do you want it from here, from this point?
Just from here, Your Honor.
All right, hit play. Don't think it is. Play. Yes, please. Yes.
Well, she came, I saw her coming out of Farmington there. I was like, hey. I said, and she said, I said, are you the girl that does that? She goes, yes, sir.
Yeah, I heard you get on the radio. Traffic, I passed you. I was in that damn center thing.
Yeah.
Turned around and come back. And then you were coming out.
Yeah.
Good licks, Jack. Right time?
Yeah, man. I was just there, man.
Hey, this is the kid.
Like, I was coming down Farmington, and I looked over there, and I saw him, and I'm like, hey. She was so good this way. She goes, I'm so sorry. It's like,
So, what's your turn on the phone?
she was up there at the beginning.
At the beginning of
Yeah, the beginning of Farmington up there.
We just came through. Just came through.
Yeah. So, I mean, I didn't see the scene when she said scene.
No.
Cross-examination. Any further questions? Excuse me. Any further questions by the defense?
No, Your Honor.
Cross-examination.
Yes, sir. We're not going to need the video anymore, Your Honor.
All right. Before you start, Mr. Levinson, would you just mind pulling that back out of the way? Thanks, sir.
Thank you, Your Honor. Good morning, Deputy Shaq. How you doing?
Good. How are you?
Good. And just want to ask you a few questions about what Mr. Camp talked to you about, specifically as it relates to the video. Whenever we first heard the video come on, there's a delay in the audio of the video. Can you tell the ladies and gentlemen why there's a delay in the audio whenever the video first comes on?
Yeah. Well, it backs up. It backs up where you have video only.
Okay.
During a segment there.
So is that just a normal function of the?
That is, and I think since then they've extended it. They've extended that time over, I think, to a couple of minutes now.
So whenever you turn on your video, it just automatically backs up, and there's no audio for that.
That's correct.
You didn't mute your video at that time.
No.
Okay. And of course, we all hear a dog in your truck.
That's correct.
Do you have a dog that rides with you?
I do.
All right. What's his name?
Voodoo.
Right. And in the back of your car, we can obviously hear that. Were Carly and Voodoo separated back there?
Yes.
Okay. And when it first comes on, I hear you say something to the effect of "up here on the right." Who were you talking to?
To her.
Was she telling you the directions to her house?
Yes.
Okay. We also heard you say something to the effect that that they've got me out here on a merry-go-round or something along those lines. Were you frustrated with the fact that they had you out there on a merry-go-round?
I was.
Okay. And I think you said something to the fact that they told me to bring her here, then they told me to bring her to the station.
Yeah, I just kept making circles around a median.
Right.
In the middle of Farmington.
At any time when you were out there, did you turn your body-worn camera off?
No.
All right. And you explained to us a little bit earlier, but just again, why was your hand over your camera?
Yeah, so the mute button is over here, and it's just whenever you hold it, your hand goes over it to be able to hold the mute button in. So that's just the way it worked.
At any time, whenever you were in Miss Gregg's presence, did you mute or otherwise turn off your video?
No.
At any time during this, whenever you were dealing with any member of the public or any suspect, did you turn off or mute your body-worn camera?
No.
Did you ever go in Miss Gregg's house that day?
No.
Did Miss Gregg ever say anything to you or ask you anything about her mom?
No. All I got was her stepdad.
Okay. What'd she ask you about her stepdad?
Is he okay?
Did she ever ask if her mom was okay?
No. I never got anything about her mom.
Never said anything?
No.
Did she tell you that she fired with a pistol?
Yes.
She tell you she fired with her right hand?
Yes.
Whenever you muted your camera, who were you talking to then?
I was talking to a couple other deputies. I mean, their names. I mean, Deputy Centel and Deputy DeSale. Okay. Centel's the one that had his hands up beside him there.
Okay. Did you ever collect any evidence at this scene on March 19th?
No.
Once you took Carly back to the scene, what did you do after that, if anything?
Nothing. Talked to co-workers and waited for somebody to come and get her to transport her.
Did you transport her anywhere after that?
No.
So once you dropped her off there at the scene, you observed the GSR kit being taken.
That's it.
You were done after that.
Done.
Deputy Shaq, just to be clear, were you trying to hide, conceal, or cover up anything whenever you muted related to this investigation, whenever you muted your body-worn camera?
No.
Court order. Real briefly, Deputy Shaq, whenever did you have your body-worn camera on whenever you first encountered Miss Gregg?
No, I did not.
And why was that?
Well, because when I came off of Old Fanning Road onto Farmington, It's a one-way in, one lane, both ways. It was right around 5 o'clock traffic. There was cars in front of me. There were cars behind me. I was driving down the road. I spotted her to my right. I immediately put my car in park and hopped out. And I asked her, there were cars backed up behind me at that point. And I asked the brief question that I did to her, and then I immediately put her in my vehicle. I activated my camera whenever I was driving due to the fact that, honestly, I'm not perfect. At the moment, I did not activate it because I was in a hurry to get out there to her, and I had a lot of traffic.
Is it fair to say that you were shocked to see her standing there on the side of the road?
That's correct, yes, because we had people driving around everywhere looking for her.
Right. And you said that you asked her the question that you did, and that you're talking about you asked her if
I just asked her if she was the one involved at the incident that occurred at the house.
And she told you yes? Correct?
Yes, I'm sorry. It's my stepdad, okay.
And she told you that she was sorry, and that's what you also put in your report that Mr. Camp showed you that's in evidence, right?
That's correct. Yep. Yes.
Right. The other part of it.
For your record.
Let me make sure I'm clear. You're not saying it was okay for you to mute your body cam, correct?
Do what now?
You're not saying that was okay, are you?
I felt like at the time when talking to coworkers, it was okay.
Okay. So, and we just read the policy and procedure.
That's correct.
And it says you are not to do that.
That's correct.
And it says the reason why you're not to do that is to ensure the integrity of the recording, correct?
That's correct.
Okay. And that didn't happen, correct?
What didn't happen?
You didn't keep it activated to ensure the integrity of the recording.
Right, yeah, it was activated during my time of dealing with the situation, but when talking to coworkers, no, it was not.
Okay. And you told the jury that it was a personnel issue. But right before your questioning, or right before what you're talking about,
right,
is you make the statement, she doesn't even know what happened. That's on the video.
Okay.
And then you mute it, and you put your hand over it. So why is it so important if, according to you, you just don't want us to hear it because it is a personnel issue, according to you?
That's correct.
And then you put your hand over it so we can't even see who you're talking to. Why is that important to make
Well,
it
it
so
wasn't purposely put my hand over it. The mute button is on the side right here, and that's the way I was holding it, was like that. It wasn't purposely done like that.
Okay, so the video, even though you mute it,
that's correct,
and then we can't see who you're talking to.
That's right.
Okay, and you said it was a personnel issue.
That's correct.
But it wasn't a personnel issue right before you muted.
Correct.
No further questions.
May this witness be released by the defense?
Oh, yes, Your Honor.
By the state?
Yes, sir.
All right, you stand down. You're free to go or stay.
Thank you.
Defense may call its next witness.
Your Honor, the defense would call Dr. Andrew Clark.
Dr. Andrew Clark.
Judge, you have to get the other documents.
Do you swear or affirm to tell the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth, so help you God?
I do.
That's it.